Good evening and welcome to the 78th Arkansas Alumni Awards celebration. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's good to see our family and friends. Tonight we honor 13 inspiring people who have dedicated their lives to building a better world through leadership, service, research, and teaching. Their work has enabled breakthroughs in sustainable foods, advanced the field of cardiac medicine, and led the way in international business and global operations. The awardees have excelled in the fields of politics, law, business, journalism, education, and engineering. They have made new research discoveries, provided life-changing opportunities for students, and advanced our nation and communities through selfless service. These recipients join those from years past as examples of how individuals can change the lives of many. You are the spirit of the University of Arkansas. And speaking of the spirit of the University of Arkansas, we do have some past award recipients in our audience. If you are a previous alumni or faculty award recipient, would you begin our evening by please standing and being recognized? We are also excited to have several members of our Alumni Association Board of Directors with us tonight. We are so grateful for the excellent leadership they provide to the association and our team. If you are a current or past board member, will you please stand? Among them are also some of our past presidents. Again, appreciate your leadership, and we are thrilled to have you with us tonight. We also have many of our campus leaders with us, including our deans and chancellor's executive team. If you will all please stand, we appreciate your leadership and all you do for our university. And I want to give a special thank you from the Alumni Association team to our Vice Chancellor for University Advancement, Scott Verity, for his leadership of our division. Now, we all know that we don't just get here by chance, and there are people as our past board members and honorees who have built the foundation on which we are here today. And tonight I'd like to recognize our very own Mike Masechko, Executive Director Emeritus, and his wife, Chris, who are joining us this evening. Mike, Chris. We also have another special guest who has been a tremendous person in supporting us and leading our university and helping us in all we do, and has a birthday tomorrow. Dr. Bobbitt. I would like to recognize University of Arkansas System President, Dr. Don Bobbitt, and his wife, Susan. Side note, I did ask Susan's permission before I did that, Dr. Bobbitt, just for clarity there. I got permission. Okay. We are also so grateful for all of our system leaders. We know many can't be in attendance tonight. If you don't know, it's of course homecoming, and we have activities happening all over campus. Great collaboration with our student affairs team and so many our students, as well as our alumni and our leaders. So we appreciate them so much. Now, let's begin our first series of awards. Tonight, you will hear each recipient's story and acceptance of the award in their own words through video. I want to thank University Relations for your hard work and collaboration with these presentations. And thank you to our honorees for agreeing to take part in these videos. We look forward to hearing your stories. Now, as we begin, I want to encourage you to go ahead and start your salads, and we'll begin the awards. Joining us to present the Charles and Nadine Baum Faculty Teaching Award is the university's Chief Academic Officer, Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Terry Martin. Provost Martin.
Thank you, Brandy. Established in 1997, the Charles and Nadine Baum Faculty Teaching Award recognizes outstanding teaching and is designated for a faculty member whose status is professor, university professor, or distinguished professor. The honor includes a $5,000 award stipend. Tonight, we are pleased to present this prestigious award to Dr. Marcia Imbo. She is a professor of gifted education and the program coordinator for the childhood elementary education in the Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Imbo is an educator who exhibits the value of caring. She teaches graduate courses in gifted and elementary education and has advised several honor students. Her teaching extends well beyond the classroom. At this time, please give your attention to the video screens.
I'm a nerd, so this is a place where being nerd's okay. And I like to learn. I think the people that I teach like to learn. I think I want you to have that quality because you're going to go and work with young people. I'd kind of like you to instill learning in them. I kind of stress how important the teaching profession is, the huge responsibility that you have kind of someone else's life in your hands. You got to take that seriously. When somebody's not learning, it's not just their problem, it's your problem. So what is it that you can do that might make that better? A goal that I have is that you, as a new teacher, that you have some sense that it is a lifelong proposition. It's not, all right, okay, I've graduated, I'm good, I'm good to go. Teaching is one of those professions that you have to study all the time, even when you're out there trying to, teach a young child how to read, or you're trying to make sure that they're excited about science or whatever it might be. I think they need to figure out that information changes. There's new technologies to use. There's new ways to think about students learning. Because I work out and supervising our interns out in a public school, I'm in the academic world, but I'm also in the public school world. And that's where I wanted to be. So I've been very fortunate to be able to do that my entire career here. You can't see what a second grader does, here on this campus, but you can out of school. And they will do things that will just, I have to be careful not to burst out laughing while I'm watching an intern teach. And that's fun to me. It's the real world. I kind of want to make sure that our students are getting things that are really authentic. And when a kid throws up on you, it's not funny, but that doesn't happen. When a kid comes up to you and says, "Are you so-and-so's grandmother?" Not funny, but it happens. Or they'll say, "Are you so-and-so's mom?" No. Could be, but not. So they're funny. It is with great joy when I get to see a student that I've taught before that's now in a new role, or they are back in town, or they've come in for a game. I had a student that I had last year send me something right before school was out because she'd had her first evaluation by her principal. The principal had commented on, "Man, you had a good program, look what you just did." And so she wanted to make sure that I had seen that. She goes, "See, I told you I was going to do a really good job." Receiving this award is humbling. Others that I know have received the award are people that I have great admiration for. It's something that I'm very, grateful and honored to have received it.
Please give a round of applause to the Charles and Nadine Baum Faculty Teaching Award recipient, Dr. Marcia Imbo.
Our next presenter is Chancellor Charles Robinson, who will present the Alumni Association Faculty Distinguished Achievement Awards. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
Thank you, Terry. Good evening, everyone. Advancing student success, teaching, research excellence, and service is precisely the university's land-grant mission. Student success thrives on the great work of faculty who teach in innovative, engaging, and effective ways. The world advances through the discovery of knowledge, finding solutions to problems we face, and the creative activity of faculty members. And society thrives when our faculty are engaged in outreach and public service. So tonight, we recognize the work of 3 prominent educators who embrace and exemplify these ideals. Each of these faculty awardees received a $5,000 award stipend. We'll start with a faculty award for research, which goes to Dr. Varun Grover, Distinguished Professor and the George and Boyce Billingsley Endowed Chair in the Department of Information Systems. Dr. Grover has impacted the field in 3 areas of research: IS outsourcing, IT-based business engineering, and the individual and organizational manifestations of digitalization. Dr. Grover has authored more than 300 peer-reviewed publications in highly respected academic journals, edited 4 books, and written over 60 book chapters or monographs. Please turn your attention to the video screens.
My field is information systems, and it is where a lot of the exciting stuff is going on today with technology. So the digital revolution, artificial intelligence, the concepts of analytics and cloud computing and mobile computing and the internet, and all the implications of these digital technologies for businesses. We study the impacts of these technologies on business outcomes, business effectiveness, and provide guidance, not only from the research point of view, but for businesses on what works and what doesn't work and how do we make businesses better. The most fulfilling aspect of our work is to try and identify a real practical problem that's being faced in industry and then convert it into a research problem. So being in the business school, a lot of our research, the practical impacts, making a difference, matters. And so I think the most exciting part is finding a problem that you don't know the answer to and then struggling to find a solution. I teach at the PhD level primarily, and I teach at the MBA level. That's the ideal spot in my job. You know, the ability to do research and then create that knowledge product, and that knowledge product can be disseminated in journals where it gets codified as scientific knowledge, and also use that knowledge to disseminate it in the classroom. And we often engage in seminars that could run 5-6 hours long. Technically, they're supposed to be 3 hours, but we go longer. And a lot of it is intensive discussion about the papers, critiques of papers, how we can improve on them. I hope they can take away the right mindset to be a researcher, and that is a big dose of humility, understanding you don't know what you don't know. And I'd like them to think of themselves as a steward of the field. Receiving this award is a tremendous honor, and I feel humbled receiving this award, given the size of the university, the different disciplines, and I'm sure there are outstanding researchers in every department. So I just feel honored.
Please give a round of applause to the Faculty Distinguished Achievement Award for Research recipient, Dr. Varun Grover.
Next, the Faculty Award for Service is presented to Carol Shook, Teaching Associate Professor of Information Systems. Her service contributions have made impacts on the university, local community, state, region, and beyond. Recognized as a top teacher on campus, Dr. Shook serves as co-director of the Wally Cordes Teaching and Faculty Support Center. Please watch the video screens to hear more from Dr. Shook.
My family history with the University of Arkansas is long. My grandfather started school here in 1912. He played on the football team. My parents were going to school here when I was a child, and they would actually leave me in the graduate education building where they were taking classes. And I would write all over the board, and I would pretend that I was a college professor. So to come and teach here there's not words for it. It's amazing. And it was very special for me when I got my doctorate because most of my classes were in the graduate education building. And I was a student ambassador while I was here. I got to learn all the buildings, give tours. And as a faculty member, that still means a great deal because when I walk around, I'm still kind of giving the tour in my head. Sometimes there'll be parents on campus and they'll stop and ask for directions and I'm like, boy, have you asked the right person. Let me give you some history too. The thing that I love the most about being a professor is the students. The students are what bring joy to every day. It's why you do everything that you do. And some of those relationships are in the classroom. And the other thing I really like is working with students through student organizations and clubs. One of the things that I realized is that supply chain management did not have an honor society. It's still a fairly new major, and I created Sigma Chi Mu Tau to try to recognize those amazing students that we had and to help them get better jobs and more recognition. One piece of service to the university that I really enjoy is being part of the non-tenure track advisory committee. And with this committee, we bring forth ideas that impact non-tenure track faculty. Part of that service is working with all faculty. So that's how I became involved in the Faculty Senate. That's how I became involved in the Wally Cordes Teaching and Faculty Support Center. Just made a huge difference. Receiving this award means quite a bit. Because of the history that my family has had with the university, the other thing that means a lot is that I know the quality of professors that have been here. I think about my professors when I'm teaching my classes, and I'm working with the most amazing people here at the university. So it means everything.
Please give a round of applause to the Faculty Distinguished Achievement Award for Service recipient, Dr. Carol Shook.
Our last faculty award of the evening is presented to an associate professor in the School of Law. We are honored to present the Rising Teacher Award to Alex Nunn. He has been elected Louis E. Epley Jr. Professor of the Year by the students for 4 consecutive academic years. Nunn was awarded tenure this year. Please join me in watching his video.
When I went to law school, I wasn't actually planning on being a law professor. I was actually going in there with the plan of being potentially a corporate attorney. But I remember sitting in my law school classroom, my very first semester, and just stepping back for a second and being amazed by what was happening in the classroom. The professor was asking in a Socratic fashion these challenging questions, and students were answering them, and by answering them, they were learning more, and we were all engaging collaboratively with this material. And I remember when I was stepping back thinking like, oh, it would be incredible to be able to have that opportunity, to invest in students, to help them along this journey of encountering the law and being introduced to the law. So I started then asking professors about what the path was to becoming one, and here I am years later, and I absolutely made the right decision. So my teaching philosophy, I think, is to have a balance in the classroom. I want my classes to be deeply substantive. I think a lot about the material that I'm presenting to students. I want them to really understand at a great depth the cases or the statutes that we're encountering. But I also want my students, and this is the flip side of the balance, to have a lot of fun, to have an authentic experience in the classroom, to not be afraid to ask questions, to make a comment, to really work out their kind of intellectual journey as they sit in the law school. My most memorable experience teaching certainly has to be my first online lecture. And I decided, hey, I'll do something fun with my first lecture. Made it a little bit funny, made it a little bit interesting, engaging for students. Now come to find out, one of my students clipped the first 2 minutes of that lecture, and the first 24 hours, like millions of views. But I think it was, both exciting and also I think a validation that, hey, I'm providing interesting content for my students, not just boring them to death, but also trying to couple that substantive approach with engaging material. Once my students graduate, I think that, after a few years, they'll remember very little about the actual substance of what we talked about. I like to think that they're going to carry with them in their hearts knowledge of the federal rules of evidence, but the truth is many will have different career paths, and so for some that might not be relevant. But what I hope all my students remember is the relationships that we created in the classroom. To see them grow, to see them really master the material in the classroom, and then to watch them years later take that material that you taught them and go to a courtroom and really just blow it out of the park, do a fantastic job, recognizing that all started perhaps in your classroom. I think that watching that journey is incredibly rewarding. When I first found out that I won the Rising Teaching Award, I think it was equal parts kind of joy and motivation. Joy because it was a recognition that all those hours that I spent thinking about my classroom, thinking about how to teach the material, preparing lectures for students, that those efforts were received well, and that they were received well not only by students but also by the university community, which again was very heartening. At the same time, though, I mentioned it was also a motivation. I think for me, being able to receive this award, it's a recognition that, hey, there's an opportunity here to continue to develop in the classroom, to continue to enrich that student experience, and that will certainly be a priority for me in the years to come.
Please give a round of applause to the Faculty Distinguished Achievement Rising Teaching Award recipient, Dr. Alex Nunn.
Please give another round of applause to all of our faculty award recipients. And I have to say a special thank you also to Chancellor Robinson. And what some of you may know and some of you may not is that it's a very special thing on a university campus to have a chancellor who was actually also started as a teacher and was an award recipient up here some years ago, I won't say how many, in teaching excellence. And we are honored to have Chancellor Robinson as our chancellor because he understands so much of what our campus is and the opportunities for our students. Thank you, Chancellor Robinson. And as I heard Dr. Shook say, one of the reasons I love what we do is that we work with our alumni because of the experiences we had on campus. And part of our mission is then to turn around and give back to support and educate students. Because there's nothing I love more. I got into this business, I've been doing this for 18 years now in higher education, and I got into it because we get a chance to give back. Somebody gave to us, and now we get the opportunity to pay it forward, to pay the future of our world, and invest in our future. And that's so special. And already this year, the association has awarded almost $1.3 million in 650 scholarship awards for for the 2023-2024 academic year. And we'd like to take a few minutes to highlight our Alumni Association Scholarship Program and a few of our incredible scholars. Please direct your attention to the screens.
My name is Curtis Lee. I am currently a freshman at the University of Arkansas, and I'm pursuing a finance major, and I received the Arkansas Alumni Association Scholarship. Paying for college, I'm actually paying for it on my own, so I'm currently working 2 part-time jobs, so I would say that this scholarship was a huge help to my college success.
I'm Carolina Ramon. I am a junior at the Walton College of Business. I am a supply chain major with a minor in Spanish and a minor in marketing, and I am an Alumni Association endowed scholar. I could only say a million thank yous. I love being at the University of Arkansas, and I wouldn't have had this opportunity if not for this funding, and so I'm so appreciative to the Alumni Association.
My name is Jay Smith. I am a freshman at the University of Arkansas. My current major is psychology, and I have received the Arkansas Alumni Association License Plate Scholarship. I feel that was a big accomplishment for me because that was one of the main drives in me going to college and me trying to be better in life is acknowledgement.
I'm Clara Ehorn. I am a sophomore. I'm majoring in industrial engineering, and I got the Razorback Generation Scholarship from the Arkansas Alumni Association. When I received my scholarship, I was really excited just to be able to have more financial support going towards my college, just not having to worry about needing to work part-time to go towards my tuition or food, but just being able to use that time and energy to focus towards other things.
To receive this license plate scholarship, I take it as a blessing because any amount of money is worth it, especially when you're paying for something that's gonna carry you a long way in life. And I am very grateful to the association for granting it to me.
I would like to thank my scholarship donors for just putting support and being behind me and just pursuing my educational goals, but also just keeping me that step forward of being able to pursue career-related goals.
The Arkansas Alumni Association, I have so much appreciation for them because by them giving me this scholarship, I've had so many opportunities in school to now succeed.
This Alumni Scholarship has given me opportunities to expand my global network. I spent last semester in Spain, and the opportunity to do that was funded by the Alumni Association. It was absolutely life-changing, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
I'm really excited to see my name on the senior walk after I graduate, just knowing I got the opportunity to make my mark at this school and then physically see my mark in that pavement.
Seeing my name on senior walk is going to be absolutely incredible for me. It's going to be an opportunity to show my family and friends the lasting impact that I made on the university and what the university meant to me.
I am very excited to see my name on Senior Walk, and I hope that if I have kids and they can come back or they come to school here, they'll be able to go to my class here and be like, oh, hey, look, there's Dad's name. I feel like that'd be really cool.
I am ready to see my name on that senior walk. I feel like it's a reminder to myself that you did this.
We want to thank our scholars for participating in tonight's video. Stories like these wouldn't have been possible without the generous financial support from our alumni and our University of Arkansas family. Thank you to so many in this room who have led the way and made our scholarship program what it is today. Thank you to our ambassadors for being a part of our program tonight. You've seen some of them walking around, and they are all Arkansas Alumni scholars. Emma Flagger, Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences. Emily McNamani, College of Education and Health Professions. Caroline Morton, Salmon Walton College of Business. Ellen Rowan, Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences. Carolina Ramon, Walton College of Business. Isabella Tomboli, Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural Food and Life Sciences. And Jacob Vincent, Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences. And I mentioned earlier it was homecoming week, which also means that there is a fabulous homecoming online auction in which you can start to shop for those holiday presents that you so desperately need and don't want to get behind on, and it all goes to scholarship. You knew there was a shameless plug for scholarships in here. You knew that, right? So you can support student scholarships. Please check out our online auction. In the time we have had it since 2016, we've raised over $150,000 to student scholarships. And right now there are 290 items already online and being bidded on for so far $19,000. Let's get that up. Please bid and help students through our scholarships. Now, there are more awards to come after dinner, but right now, please enjoy your meal provided by Catering Unlimited with desserts provided by Rameline's Pies. And during dinner service, we will be entertained by 2012 U of A graduate Jim Goza. Thank you so much. I'll see you back in a few minutes. And we're back. I know everyone, I hope you've had a wonderful meal from Catering Unlimited and Rameline's Pies. And it really is a family reunion. Thank you so much to Jim Goza for the wonderful music during our dinner. And I do hate to interrupt a good conversation, but if anybody knows Deb Ucolano, if I do not stay on schedule, I will be in trouble. So that's all. Honestly, I'm just trying to be a good steward of your time. That's all it is, and not get in trouble with Deb. But thank you so much. And I'm so glad you're all having a wonderful conversation. In fact, I hope you continue this throughout the evening and continue to visit with one another, because this really is what it's about, right? It's about our family, our University of Arkansas family. So thank you so much to Catering Unlimited, Rameline's, to West Rock Coffee for providing our post-dinner coffee. And then also the beautiful flower arrangements. Thank you to Althea Wiles and the Horticulture Special Topics Event, Floral, and Design class for our floral arrangements and centerpieces. And this event, of course, wouldn't be possible without you and our sponsors. So thank you to our silver sponsors, Sam M. Walton College of Business, the University of Arkansas School of Law, and Tyson. We also want to extend, yes, thank you to those sponsors, absolutely. Big round of applause. Amy, I'm going to say it again, thank you to Tyson. That's for Amy too. We would also like to extend our thanks to our media sponsor, Cityscapes Magazine. Thank you to our beverage sponsors, Core Brewing and Distillery, Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits, and Tito's Handmade Vodka. Thank you to the Fayetteville Town Center for aiding us in using this beautiful facility for our celebration. And we'd also like to thank all of our table sponsors for helping to make this event so special. And a full list of all of our table sponsors are, of course, in your program. And these sponsorships allow us to build the awards celebration and other programs that connect, serve, and celebrate our University of Arkansas family. Thank you so much for all you do to support us. Now, we will continue this evening with our presentation of our Alumni Awards. I am delighted to welcome to the stage current members of our National Board of Directors who have served as the leaders of our awards committee. These outstanding individuals will join me in presenting the next 4 awards. Our first alumni presenter is Amy Mae Hopper. She is the current chair of the National Board of Directors Awards Committee. She is a 2015 U of A graduate with a bachelor's degree in agricultural business. Amy Mae is the Profit Center Manager for a trade desk at the Andersons in Kansas City, focusing on trading cottonseed. Please welcome Amy Mae Hopper.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandy, and good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to assist in recognizing 2 members of our alumni family for exceptional service on behalf of the University of Arkansas and the Arkansas Alumni Association. The Andrew J. Lucas Alumni Service Award is named in honor of an exceptional graduate who exemplified what service means. For 3 decades, Andy Lucas, class of 1959, provided loyal and dedicated service to the U of A. Tonight, we honor the outstanding service of alumni Elizabeth Bogie Allen and Kenneth Allen. Elizabeth received her bachelor's degree in political science from the U of A in 1980, and Kenneth graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics in 1980. The Allens are advocates, philanthropists, and volunteers for the university. Their service has impacted many areas of the university, including the Sam M. Walton College of Business, the Fay Jones School of Architecture and Design, and university libraries. Please turn your attention to the screens as they share their story.
We were both active in the Baptist Student Union, and we met there.
We met there. By the time we were through, I was president of Baptist Student Union, and Liz was
fellowship chairman.
Yeah. We were like the third people in a row who were president and fellowship chairman. I think they all got married.
Yes,
together.
I think it was kind of what you did.
Yeah.
Everything good in our life, each other, our future careers, everything started here at the University of Arkansas.
That's right.
What we're really passionate about is first-generation students. I was a first-generation student. I know what it's like to be on campus and not know what you should be majoring in, who you should talk to about things.
We have several scholarships. We try to meet with the students to try to understand what challenges they're facing. We try to add an encouraging voice and also try to very much emphasize, go ask for help if you need some help somewhere. There's nothing at all wrong with asking for help. And as a matter of fact, it's the way to get through life.
We feel like we need to share that, and sharing it with University of Arkansas students is the best thing that we can think of to do to ensure that somebody gets a good start.
We like being on campus too. We're both senior Razorbacks.
The university has a great program for people over 60 where you can take the classes for free. You can take them for credit, but we're kind of done with tests and papers.
Yeah.
So what we do is take classes that we're interested in. We stand out. I mean, we are definitely not your typical student in a class.
We've always been lifelong learners. We're both involved with Osher Lifelong Learning with about 500 generally retired folks who love to learn and congregate and enjoy and have a lot of fun. And so there's that as well as the on-campus student part of things.
The history classes are fun because a lot of times the history they're teaching, we lived through it. And we're the only ones in the class that can give them a firsthand, well, this is what it was like when they were talking about that. But just being back on campus after 40 plus years is just fascinating to us.
Being able to come back and see people we knew, it's good to be back home. Gaining an award like this is kind of overwhelming. We just try to even the score a little bit by giving back. We feel like we do owe.
We were surprised.
Oh, wow.
But very happy. It means a lot coming from the university that we love.
Please give a round of applause to the Andrew J. Lucas Alumni Service Award recipients, Ken and Liz Allen.
Congratulations, Liz and Ken. The Community Service Award spotlights the contributions alumni make to humankind through volunteer or professional service in their communities. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's Community Service Award recipient, Ernest Brown, Jr. Ernest is a circuit court judge in the 11th West Judicial District Division 6 in Jefferson County. During the almost 30 years since Ernest graduated from the School of Law, he has demonstrated a dedication to children and families. He is deeply involved in the Pine Bluff community with organizations like Leadership Pine Bluff, the Pine Bluff Chamber of Commerce, and the local branch of the NAACP. He has been a leader in multiple organizations locally and at the state level, and represented the state at the Democratic National Convention in 1996. Ernest carries his passion for supporting children and families into his work, implementing several programs aimed to improve outcomes for children in Jefferson and Lincoln counties. Please turn your attention to the screen as Ernest shares his story.
Coming from a small town, I wanted to go to a bigger university, meet people from different walks of life. When I got here, it was a little scary because it was much bigger than even where I grew up. After you get past the nervousness, parents driving away, then you got to get out and meet people. So I stayed on campus, so that was a good opportunity to get involved with residents' life. We had opportunity at that time to go to the football games, basketball games, and there was many student organizations that we had opportunity to get involved in. We went from Barnhill to Bud Walton, so you had to camp out for tickets. So me and a group of friends, we camped out, and I'm not a camper out person, and it was cold, so we camped out and got our passes, and we would study, had a study group, then we'd go to the game, us winning the national championship. A group of us watched the game together and went on Dixon Street and celebrated, so it was a fun times. I took what I learned from university when I got to Pine Bluff. So coming to Pine Bluff, no family, I just knew the people that I work with. The community activities helped me to connect with the community and really get tied into, how we could make Pine Bluff better, how we could make the community better. And so that started out with just getting involved, being there, not knowing people, and just said, I did that here. I just started going to meetings, so I took that same philosophy that I learned here and took that to Pine Bluff. And your experiences of being involved can transform lives, and we're working on some things in our community now that I think is going to have the potential to change the trajectory of our city. I believe that to whom much is given, much is required. And I think when you have been blessed, and I really do believe that I have just been blessed, I want to see others have that same opportunity. Receiving a community service award is a very humbling recognition, very honored to receive it. And when I first got the call, I was surprised because it caused me to reflect on a kid coming from Fulton, Arkansas, humble beginnings, and thinking about all the big buildings and am I gonna make it? I'm gonna make it past the semester, and then to think, gosh, it's almost 30 years since I first got here, and just all that I've had the opportunity to do. And it started with a lot of the things I learned on this campus, a lot of the connections I made on this campus. And so to be chosen for the honor is I'm just humbled and very honored and thankful.
Please give a round of applause to the Community Service Award recipient, the Honorable Ernest Brown, Jr.
The Honorary Alumni Award honors non-alumni who have served, promoted, and loved the University of Arkansas in the tradition of an Arkansas graduate. And tonight we are so proud to recognize Dr. Jenny Popp. Jenny Popp is the Associate Dean of the Honors College and a professor of agricultural economics and agricultural business at the Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences. Jenny Pop began teaching at the University of Arkansas in 1998. She is one of the co-founders of the University of Arkansas Service Learning Initiative and has served as its co-director since 2014. She will be awarded a life membership in the Arkansas Alumni Association with this honor. Please turn your attention to the screen to learn more about Dr. Pop.
At the end of college, I decided to join the Peace Corps before starting my career. I was sent to Togo, which is a small country in West Africa. I worked with farmers in rice and cotton and corn, but I'm a city kid, so I knew nothing about agriculture, and those farmers taught me so much, as did my other colleagues there. It was truly a transformative experience. As a result, I came home, went off for my PhD in agricultural and resource economics. I got that PhD, came to University of Arkansas, and really wanted to share with students my new love of agriculture and the importance of traveling the world. I was the first woman to be hired into a tenure-track position into the department. I rose to the rank of a full professor. I have served as both a formal and an informal mentor to students, particularly young women at the undergraduate through the PhD level. I'm grateful that I've maintained relationships with students all these decades. I'm still in good contact with my very first advisee from back in 1998, and I hope that that will continue through the time that I retire. One of the things I'm most proud of at the University of Arkansas is my role in helping to create the Arkansas Women in Agricultural organization. It was really focused on providing women's skills, production skills, financial skills, legal information to help them run their farms and other ag businesses. 17 years later, and it's going strong. I'm no longer a leader in the organization, but it really makes me feel good to know that there is an organization out there helping women succeed in agricultural businesses. I did not graduate from University of Arkansas. I am a transplant here and have been here since 1998, but I can't think of anywhere else I would rather be. This is a place where I have grown personally and professionally, where my family has been raised, and I have found such a tremendous support network, both professionally and personally, at the University of Arkansas. It's helped me achieve my goals in terms of working with farmers, continuing my work with farmers. I'm in a position now where I help send students all around the world. I work with communities to help make things better. And all the while, I've gotten to know people from every corner of the state, make friends in all sorts of areas, and have a very happy and successful life here. It's so good to know that in a place where I am a transplant, they can treat me as their own. I felt like I've embedded myself into the community, and it's so wonderful to know that people feel the same way. It's great to be singled out and given this award. Nothing I've done here has been through solely my own efforts, and I'm really grateful to all the support I've gotten in all facets of my life from family, friends, and colleagues to be where I am here today.
Please give a round of applause to the Honorary Alumni Award recipient, Dr. Jenny Pop.
Now, if that hug didn't exemplify family, as we've had this theme tonight, I don't know what does. Thank you so much to Amy Mae Hopper, and congratulations. We appreciate all your work and everything you do to our awardees. And continuing on with our awardees, our next presenter is Connie Lewis-Lensing. Connie holds a bachelor's degree in journalism and a Juris Doctorate from the University of Arkansas. She is a nationally renowned litigator and is known for her leadership and accomplishments as a successful litigator. And Connie is a previous chair of the awards committee. Please welcome Connie Lewis-Lensing.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandy. The Young Alumni Award was established in 2000 to honor the significant professional accomplishments of alumni who are 40 years old or younger. Recipients are alumni who have achieved extraordinary success in the short years since graduation. Tonight, we are honoring two outstanding young alumni. Our first recipient is Rhea Clay. Rhea studied broadcast journalism at the University of Arkansas before pursuing her professional career in sports broadcasting. She joined Fox Sports as a graphics coordinator in 2015. 4 years later, she became a creative associate producer at ESPN. While there, she was awarded 2 Emmys. In 2021, she returned to Fox Sports, and she now serves as a producer of digital talent and storytelling. Please turn your attention to the screens to learn more about Rhea.
During my senior year of high school, I got the chance to be a part of U of A's Technology Awareness Program, better known as TAP. It is a week-long program where students are able to spend a week in Fayetteville, and I honestly fell in love with the U of A's campus and finally expressed to my mom that I wanted to become Arkansas Razorback. My mom has been a huge inspiration in my life. She was a single mother and she raised my sister and I in Monticello, Arkansas, and at a time she did work multiple jobs to make sure that we had everything we needed, and that included to make sure that I was prepared to move to the U of A. She packed my car up after high school and drove those 4.5 hours from Monticello to the beautiful campus. I am so happy that I decided to attend the U of A. I'm a proud Arkansas Razorback. From freshman year, I met friends that are lifetime friends. We are still friends to this day. Also had some really good memories from homecomings to me being a host for the pregame show, Countdown to Kickoff, from being a recruitment assistant for the football team, and it all started with U of A. I had so many resources given to me by the professors and teachers at the University of Arkansas. Got the chance to meet some connections at ESPN, which was my dream job to work there from the U of A. So from forging those big connections post-college, I was offered a job at Fox Sports. What excites me the most about my career at Fox Sports is the storytelling. Not only the athletes can play the game and they show toughness and skill, they also have a story to tell. I rep the Razorbacks in LA every single day. My car actually still has a Razorback on the front tag. So I see people out all the time. They always give me a Woo Pig Suey, which I love. As you can imagine, working in sports, it's pretty competitive. And most of my colleagues went to SEC schools, but I always walk in the office with a hall call and let them know that I know that we're all colleagues here, but University of Arkansas is the best. Receiving the Young Alumni Award means everything to me. It means so much, especially coming from a university that I love so much. I'm so blessed, I'm so thankful, and I tell everyone there is no place like the Hill.
Please give a round of applause to the Young Alumni Award recipient, Rhea Clay.
Our second Young Alumni Award recipient is Dr. Ricardo Ekme. Ricardo is the Senior Vice President for Research and Development at Airbiom, Inc. He earned both his master's degree and doctorate in poultry science from the U of A, graduating with his PhD in 2011. He has devoted his professional career to the development of sustainable food systems. Before joining Airbiom, Ricardo began his career at Dow AgroSciences. Please turn your attention to the screens to learn more about Ricardo.
Very much grew up a city kid and never saw myself in agriculture. But it was a slow evolution centered around my love for animals. So I knew I wanted to work with animals, and over the course of my academic career, I fell in love with agriculture and our food system. And the University of Arkansas was one of the leading institutions working in that field. Arkansas, being a leading agricultural state, played a big part in developing my interest and my knowledge in the field. How our department trained people very much set me up for success in the future, and the ability to be leaders in our field. Without that particular training and that particular support, I don't think I could take on this challenge. Clearly, our food system is something that is having a very large impact on climate change and food security. And the fact that what we're doing can very much play into securing that for future generations is something I very much care about and enjoy participating in. One of the things that has always been very important for me has been empowerment of underrepresented groups and minorities here at the university and globally. A lot of people were willing to devote time and resources to help me succeed. And I feel compelled to keep that going. It was a tremendous honor and privilege to be able to speak during commencement. More importantly for me, it was able to impart some of the lessons that I learned while I was here at the university, as well as the beginning of my career onto the next generation. I very much look forward to the contributions this class is going to make, and very much look forward to seeing their global impact on society. Receiving the Young Alumni Award is a tremendous honor because I know the type of students and alumni that are coming out of the university. These truly are world leaders, and to be recognized as one of them is a tremendous honor.
Please give a round of applause to the Young Alumni Award recipient, Ricardo Ekme.
Congratulations again to our award recipients. And I have to mention, we continue to have support and constant volunteerism and advocacy for the Alumni Association. And these awards just continue to show that. And I want to mention that Connie was also a 2016 CDA award recipient and continues to serve on our alumni board. Thank you so much, Connie, for that. Next, I'm so honored to welcome our Alumni Association National Board President, Don Walker, to the stage. And as he comes to the stage, I also want to recognize his wife, Cheryl, who is with him all the time and an advocate and supporter for the Alumni Association as an alum herself, and I appreciate her so much. So I want to recognize Don and Cheryl Walker. Don retired from Arvest Bank as regional executive after a 42-year career with the bank. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in agriculture from the Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences. Don focused on economic development and support of many nonprofits in these markets, as well as the growth of the bank's market share. Don served as the federal government relations representative for Arvest and continues in that role in his retirement. He currently serves as our national board president and has been a member of the board since 2017. Please welcome Don Walker.
Thank you and good evening. Just so you know, that was not a thunderstorm. The Alumni Association sponsored the fireworks display that just happened after the pep rally. So that was not thunder that you're hearing. You'll be dry when you get to your cars. Well, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. It's an incredible celebration. The Citation of Distinguished Alumni is a Lifetime Achievement Award recognizing exceptional professional and personal achievement and extraordinary distinction in a chosen field. Tonight, we add 3 amazing alumni to this list of honorees. The first recipient is Amy Tu, President of International and Chief Administrative Officer of Tyson Foods. Amy earned her Juris Doctorate at the University of Arkansas School of Law in 1996. In addition, her expertise in domestic and international corporate legal affairs, she has cultivated extensive knowledge of business development and strategy and global operations. Before joining Tyson, she held progressive leadership roles at the Boeing Company, The Gap, and Walmart. Please turn your attention to the screen to hear more of Amy's story.
Growing up, my father would take me to his office. He was a professor of economics, and I would have that opportunity to be a part of his daily life. He would park over at Arkansas Razorback Stadium. We would walk all the way over to the business administration office. We'd have breakfast together. I would sit in his office and wait for him while he was in class, and sometimes he would let me actually sit in class where I could observe him as a student. He was a tough professor. After 4 years at Wellesley and 3 years in New York City working for an investment bank, I decided I wanted to return to Arkansas to work on the Clinton campaign. While I was at home, my parents became quite anxious that I left a well-paying job on Wall Street and decided to volunteer for free my time. And they suggested that I look at law school. And at the end of the day, I concluded that a law degree actually should be considered a general degree in thinking, how you think, how you rationalize, how you use logic to form a conclusion. That's how I ended up at the University of Arkansas Law School. The professors, the students, my peers, they were all so helpful, and to this day I still remain friends with many of them. And it really provided me the fundamentals of for my career. The impact that I want to leave at any company I work for is one that is about inclusion, and it's about diversity, and it's about respect. I do believe in diverse perspectives. I do believe that inclusive environments can foster better thinking, better decision making, and that's the legacy that I want to leave. I've been involved with the university in various ways. I do every once in a while look up and see my father's old office and the window that I used to look out of, just have fond memories to see how the college has really evolved. This is an anchoring point for us, for our family. The university has always been very good to my family, just providing us an opportunity, whatever way I can help further the progress of the university and ensure that others have the opportunities that we had. Receiving this award is something that is meaningful to me. I never dreamed that the university would honor my career in this way. I'm very fortunate and I'm very lucky to have had the opportunities I have had here at the university, whether through my family or law school or the career opportunities that I've had as a result. So I am very grateful for this award.
Please give a round of applause to the Citation of Distinguished Alumni recipient, Amy Tu.
Congratulations, Amy. And Connie, thank you for helping make that presentation. I know you and Amy have been friends for a long time. Amy was one of our board members on the association, and thank you again, Amy, for that as well. Our second recipient is Dr. Neil Ingalls Jr., retired Department Chair of Cardiovascular Physiology and Biophysics at Palo Alto Medical Foundation Research Institute. Dr. Ingalls graduated from the U of A in 1959 with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. Following a brief career in aerospace engineering, he found his true calling in the field of biomedical engineering. For more than 60 years, his research has revealed the complex workings of the heart and its valves. Neil's work has improved understanding, disseminated knowledge, and impacted cardiac surgery and treatments. Please turn your attention to the screen to hear more of Neil's story.
I am very grateful to the University of Arkansas for providing me the educational tools to advance my professional goals in life, as well as being the place where I met my wife, Judy, the mother of our children, Anne and Neil III, and grandmother of our two grandsons, Michael and Luke. Judy and I recently celebrated our 64th wedding anniversary. We married after I graduated and soon moved to California, where I worked for 3 years at Lockheed, designing guidance and control systems for space satellites. At some point, I decided I wanted to apply my engineering background to biomedical problems, so I took a job at a small medical research facility in Palo Alto, California. I began by developing many ways to improve cardiac pacemakers. Among the issues with these early pacemakers was that the leads attached to the heart tended to break as they flexed repeatedly. I thought that perhaps the leads could be located at a quiet spot on the heart where they wouldn't have to bend so much, but this required locating this quiet spot. To my surprise, no one had mapped heart motion, so I decided to try to do this, and I have been at this task in one form or another for the past 60+ years. But how to measure heart motion? I'm a backpacker and constantly use topographic maps. The thought struck me that perhaps I could make sequential topographic maps of the heart's surface at rapid intervals to measure these motions. 5 years later, using a room full of equipment I designed and built, I began to map the surface of the heart throughout the cardiac cycle and finally published the results. This work led to a collaboration with the Stanford Radiology Department, where I developed techniques to study heart motion using stereo X-ray tracking of surgically implanted miniature tantalum markers. In 1971, Dr. Norman Shumway's group at Stanford was doing their early pioneering research on heart transplantation, found out about our work, and asked to collaborate, suggesting that they could study their transplanted hearts with our techniques. The cardiac surgeons found that information obtained from these markers to be so valuable that they wanted to employ this technique in their clinical patients. So on March 14, 1974, after getting extensive informed consent, the first markers were inserted into the hearts of 2 patients. Subsequently, this procedure was performed without incident during cardiac operations on more than 300 patients, allowing many studies to be conducted and published. One of our most important basic research findings occurred during our early engineering validation in human patients, showing that the heart twisted during each beat. It turned out that this resolved a problem that had been debated for 300 years. This twist, known as cardiac torsion, is a very important property of the heart and is measured worldwide to understand heart function and even used clinically. Fast forwarding decades to the present, our marker studies have addressed many cardiac issues in hundreds of papers and presentations, including most recently that the leaflets of the mitral valve are highly active, not passive, as had been thought for centuries. I wrote a book about these findings with a former postdoc and am currently advising both undergraduate and graduate students in studies of the mitral valve here at the University of Arkansas, where I hold a position as an adjunct professor in the biomedical engineering department. I am most grateful to all my many collaborators over this lifetime of research, and now to you in the University of Arkansas Alumni Association for granting me this high honor. Thank you.
Please give a round of applause to the Citation of Distinguished Alumni recipient, Dr. Neil Ingalls Jr.
Okay, the evening is almost over, but we have one final award. Joining us tonight also during this presentation is Elizabeth McLaughlin, a 2022 Citation of Distinguished Alumna. Come on up if you would, and we'll prepare for this final award. Tonight's final awardee is Brian Wolf, Chief Strategy Officer and Executive Vice President of Public Policy and External Affairs for Edison Electric Institute. Brian graduated from the U of A in 1989 with a bachelor's degree in economics. Brian's career has included working as a congressional strategist, taxation legislative aide, and a campaign advisor at state and federal levels. In 2009, Brian joined the Edison Electric Institute, where he's responsible for managing government relations, political and external affairs, and communications departments. Please watch the screen now for Brian's story.
I grew up in Southeast Arkansas in Pine Bluff, dreaming of this university on the hill. It was just ideal for me to think about going to Fayetteville, and I didn't think about actually going anywhere else. And my mother probably is not surprised to hear this, but I basically said that if I can't go to Fayetteville, I don't want to go anywhere at all. So I'm not sure I would have ever gone to college had it not been for my parents making that dream come true for me, and certainly going to Fayetteville is a dream come true. I was really involved. I joined a fraternity, Lambda Chi Alpha, was very active in my fraternity, and also got active in Associated Student Government, ASG. And at that time, we had Arkansas Booster Club, which is really almost like the student extension of the Alumni Association. It was just a real honor for me to be able to do something that I loved, which was really about the Razorback spirit. We'd go to the Chi Omega Greek Theater on Thursday night, and I would MC the pep rallies, and we would get ready for Saturday's game. But a real turning point for me in my student years was really being a student of Professor Diane Blair, and it really just made a huge difference. Anything and everything about the life in politics, public service, identity politics was Professor Blair, and that really just helped inform my path. And one of the main ways that I stay involved in the university, other than the Alumni Association, is really through Professor Angie Maxwell. She's now the Diane Blair Center Endowed Chair. Angie just does incredible work to really keep our young Arkansans really engaged and really up to speed on what it really means for the work of the center to be so impactful today. People that are from Arkansas that are in DC know everyone. It is really just unreal at how many people that we actually know. And I can tell you that we're Arkansas strong here in Washington, DC. It probably helps me tolerate this place a lot more, which is just having a foundation of my real family, Arkansas friends that are here. And so we do our best to share the Woo Pig Sooie mantra. We're not shy about that at all here in Washington. Getting this award is really an honor of a lifetime for me. It all goes by so fast. So I think that the way that we all connect to the university keeps those memories alive. And next thing you know that you've finished up your college, your years at the university, and the next thing you know, you're packing up to take the pig trail back home to your next adventure. I now choose every opportunity I can to be engaged, to be involved in some way.
Please give a round of applause to the Citation of Distinguished Alumni recipient, Brian Wolf.
Congratulations to all of our award recipients. Aren't they amazing? I love hearing their stories. Congratulations. Thank you again, Don, for your leadership with the Arkansas Alumni Association. I'd also like to thank all of our current and former alumni board members who have served on our awards committee and selected tonight's awardees. It is a tremendous amount of work. They are extremely diligent, and as you can see, we have amazing recipients because of the hard work they do. So thank you to all of those committee members and our national board, which also brings us to the fact that we are open for nominations. You've seen the wonderful awards we present. I will also ask that you think about that. There's an opportunity in your program to take a look at our awards opportunities and nominate some deserving individuals. So we do encourage you to participate and nominate alumni and faculty who are making a difference in our U of A community and beyond. Now, I mentioned Deb Ucolano earlier today, but I want to just say, or tonight, but I want to say a couple more words about the tremendous team who puts on this program. They allow me to get up here and visit with you and talk to you and recognize these amazing people, but it is their work, and we have a tremendous Arkansas Alumni Association team. Will you all please stand and be recognized? We also had one scholarship ambassador who didn't get recognized, Megan Newig. I want to recognize Megan for her contribution tonight and also update you all that I think we're over about $22,000 on that scholarship auction. So I know some of you have already been bidding. Keep that up. Thank you so much. And yet here we are at the end of another very special night. This evening, you have met inspiring honorees who personify the spirit of the U of A through their exceptional work, innovation, and service to Arkansas and our world. Our U of A family inspires me every day, and I hope hearing these stories inspires you as well. As we wrap up the program tonight, a few quick reminders. I already said the online auction, just gonna say it again, place your bids by October 27th. Remember to take your award celebration gifts we have for you this evening. And finally, to go with the fireworks we sponsored tonight for homecoming celebration, it would not be an Alumni Awards event and celebration if we didn't call the Hawks. So with that, I would ask our CDA recipients to come back on stage with Don and myself, and let's end this evening in the way we all know how.
Ready, everyone? Here we go.